The best part of seminary life is getting to know my brothers, especially from this diocese, but also all the other seminarians I go to school with are great to get to know, and they really encourage me, and it's been good to get to know them.
The best part of seminary life, as far as I see it, is the brotherhood and just the opportunities. The guys there are all great. They're all very holy people, and just being around them, I feel, makes me a better person.
Definitely the scheduling and the community. I really have liked having a set schedule. I was homeschooled for several years before I came, so I just get my work done when I wanted. At the seminary, though, it's you have mass at this time, school at this time, break at this time. It's very set, and I've really appreciated that stability.
The best part of seminary life is the fraternity there, especially amongst my diocesan brothers there. It's great to be around all of the seminarians there, but to be around guys who have a similar life mission, or hopefully to be ordained priests and to just be after God's own heart.
The best thing about seminary is the amount of resources you have to work in your spiritual life. I love the library. I love reading. And one of the greatest things about Conception is that you can just walk into the stacks where all the books are and go and find one of the great spiritual writers, and there his writings are. You can go, you can read, pray over it, and you have the time to do so.
I think the two best parts of seminary experience for me have been building those lifelong friendships that will serve to help both of us in sacred ministry once we're ordained priests, and as well as having that time in our lives to take that time and pray and study together at the seminary and to grow closer to Jesus Christ.
We just have such a structure of prayer built in so that really at every key point throughout the day, we're either gathered together as a whole college or there's a small group of us that are praying together. And that is extremely important to be carried over into the priesthood as well.
Seminary life is really great because we get to pray with each other the liturgy hours 3 times a day, and we also do adoration twice a week.
The most challenging part of seminary life has been getting my mind around philosophy. I started my first philosophy course this semester, History of Ancient Philosophy, and also Logic, which doesn't really count as philosophy, but is an intro to philosophy. And it's just been I've had to be patient with getting my mind around some of the concepts, but it's been really rewarding so far, and I look forward to continuing my degree in philosophy.
I would say try not to maybe compare yourself with others. You see deacons who have been in formation for 6 years, and they're like super holy, and we're constantly reminded you're not getting ordained tomorrow.
Striking that balance between having a social life and studies and developing my spiritual life, and so just that balance in general is something that has been a good challenge to have so far.
I think the routine can get sort of annoying, having the same schedule every week, having to have certain times when maybe sometimes you don't always feel like doing what is on the schedule, but I think that's sort of hard and somewhat annoying. But I think in the end, looking back on it, it's really helped me to grow in my faith and formation.
One of the hardest part about seminary formation is that you're challenged with your own self. You have to recognize your own pride. And I think I'm a really great guy, but there's ways that I can grow, and that has become tremendously obvious to me as I've gone through formation. And so I'd say the hardest part of formation is tackling your own pride.
I have 3 younger sisters at home and no brothers, so the seminary is all guys, and there's a lot of differences between how I interact at home and in the seminary. It's been an adjustment.
My most memorable experience from the seminary so far has been Cassock Week, and specifically Cassock Day, when we receive the cassock and are able to wear it to Mass for the first time, and then have the ability to wear clerics throughout the rest of our time at St. Gregory the Great. It just means a lot because we take that step to one step closer to being part of the clergy.
The thing that has encouraged me the most has been spiritual direction. It seems every time I go, I'm reaffirmed in my vocation.
There was a deep peace that last year that I had before diaconate ordination, and it was a peace that I hadn't experienced before, and I knew that this was the right thing to do.
I'm not a big sports guy. And sports are okay. I don't look down on them. They're just not really what I do. And so I was at a basketball game for Conception against one of the local teams. And as we were sitting there talking, I was cheering along. And I overheard one of the other seminarians say, "Oh, can you imagine Nick Ashmore at his parish's basketball game when he's a pastor one day?" And I kind of listened in because I thought, this is interesting. And they said, "Yeah, he won't really know what's going on, but you know, he'll be cheering. He'll be cheering there. He'd be there for his parish." And that's the moment that I really realized that I might be where God's calling me to be.
Thank you for all your support financially and spiritually. It's definitely been a huge blessing for me, not having to worry about how am I going to pay for school and just being able to really get into the formation so that I can become the best priest possible. It's been a huge help. Thank you so much.
And I would like to thank you for all your financial support and your prayer support, because it has really helped me in my success as a seminarian.
It has been so encouraging to know all the people who are thinking about us and praying for us. It's a big influence. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for supporting me as a seminarian. It's really helped to know that people are praying for me and helping me monetarily. And I would like to thank you very much for being there for me.
Thank you so much for all of the support, both financially and through your prayers that you have offered me. And if I am to continue in formation, it has helped me to be free to really pursue my studies in a very open manner and not have to worry about all the things that normal college students have to worry about.
Thank you very much for your support. We really could not do it without you. Your support is vital.
I don't think the words thank you are sufficient, because it's your support that allows us to do what we do and have busy days but full of wonderful formation and learning about Christ and how to spread his church and bring him to people. And it may seem kind of distant, to be donating money and then not see very much on the other side. But for us, it's not distant whatsoever. It's very personal and it's very helpful. And we would not be able to take full advantage of the formation in the seminary and be able to be so close to Christ throughout the day if we had to have our own jobs and provide for ourselves in that way.